Okay, today we're going to be adding polynomials. Yes, sirree. And you can see that right here, it tells us that we are supposed to combine like terms and do not add exponents. So let's look at an example and see if we can do what it says. Okay? So right here, we've got an example. This one right here, we've got 2x squared plus 7x plus 1. And this polynomial, remember this one's a trinomial. This one we're adding to this guy. This is a binomial. It has two parts. And so we can only add things that are alike. And you say, if you look at that, I don't see anything alike. Well, the thing that I mean by what's a like term is it has to have the same exponent on the same letter. So if this was x squared and that one's x squared, we can add them together. If this is x squared and that one's y squared, you couldn't do anything. They have to be the same letter and the same exponent. So I can add these two together because they're the same letter. They're both x to the 1 power. And I can add these two together because they're the same letter, x to the 2nd power. Okay, so let's do that. If I add those together, 2x plus 5x, that would be 7x squared. Yahoo! And then positive 7 plus negative 3. Positive 7 minus 3, that would be 4x. And then 1 plus, whoops, there's no number over here to add to the 1, so it just stays all by itself. Yay! 7x squared plus 4x plus 1. That's the answer. Let's skip number 2. Let's do number 3. Number 3 is addition. We'll come back to subtraction. There's different rules. Number 3, we have to combine like terms and do not add the exponents. Right? So I didn't add 2 plus 2 to make x to the 4th. That's not allowed. So here, I've got 3x squared and 10x. This is a binomial. And then this is a polynomial. Remember, it has 4 terms, and we just call it poly. 3x third, x squared, x. Now then, when you're writing it down, you need to start with the highest exponent. This is the highest exponent. And there's nothing you can add. You cannot add 3x squared to 15x cubed because they're different exponents. So 15x cubed comes out here in front. All right. Now I can add the x squareds together. This one's a 3x squared, and way over here is a negative 7. So 3 minus 7, that would be negative 4x squared. Okay? Now, we're getting with negative numbers, so you have to be careful whenever you're doing stuff, but you're okay. You can do this. Negative 10, positive x. Remember, this is a 1. So this is negative 10 plus 1. That's negative 9. And then there's nothing else to add there. So is there anything else left? Yeah, there's a minus 1 at the end. So notice that you have x cubed, you have x squared, you have x, and then you have the whole number, just like we have in the problem, right? So that's the answer. That's what we want, just like that. Now then, how is subtraction different? Well, you change the sign inside the parentheses. So see, I'm subtracting something in parentheses. I need to change all these signs. So whenever I subtract a positive 12, it becomes a negative 12. When I subtract a negative 6, it's going to be a positive 6. When I subtract a negative 3y, it's going to be a positive 3y. So this one's subtraction, this one's addition, and this one's addition. Why? Because I changed the signs in the parentheses, right? In the second group, not the first group. Now then, I combine like terms. So 8y to the fourth, I look for a y to the fourth over here. There's not one. That just stays out in front. 8y to the fourth. Now then, I have negative 2y cubed, and I have minus 12y cubed. Negative 2 and negative 12, when the signs are the same, you add them together, so that's negative 14. Yahoo! Now then, that's x4, x3. Are there any x squareds? Well, you look down here. Yes, there are x squareds. So that's positive 6y squared. And then x4, x3, x2. Are there any x's? Yes, 3y. So I have 4, 3, 2y. Are there any numbers at the end? Nope, there's nothing else. So this is the total answer. Right? So let's do one more, and then we're done. Woo-woo! Let's see if we can scoot this up just a tiny bit. There we go. Okay. So once again, we're subtracting. And when we subtract, we have to change the signs. All right? So in the second parentheses is where we change the sign. So see, this minus sign, when we are subtracting a minus 7, minus means you're really adding this 7m squared. And then you're subtracting, this is positive 5, you're subtracting, that means you're subtracting 5. Right? So we start with the highest exponent here, m to the third. Are there any m to the thirds? Yes, there is. 8 minus 5. 3m to the third. All right. Now that's gone. M squareds. Are we looking for m squareds? Hey, over here I have 7m squareds, and I'm adding to 1. Remember, if there's nothing here, that's a 1. So 7 plus 1, that's 8m squareds. Okay? Now then, we've got 3, 2. How about m to the 1 power? There's the m to the 1. There's not any more, so that's just going to be minus 7m, and then plus 1. Yay! So we did rule number 1 and rule number 2. In the next couple of days, we'll come and multiply polynomials. But right now, that's all we have to do. Now you're able to do the homework in the book. You're going to be adding polynomials. Make sure you combine like terms. Add the numbers, don't change the exponents. And then when you subtract, if you can remember to subtract by moving the, changing the signs inside. Make this minus sign a plus, make this minus sign a plus, then you'll be okay. No mistakes. All right, have fun on the homework. See you tomorrow.